Hello students, I hope this video finds you well, and the topic that we are going to discuss for today is about receiving visitors. Before coming to explaining the content of the topic, we are going to come into the basic concept. The first one, receiving visitors and guests is a secretary's daily routine in the office. So it means it's going to be your routine job. Okay, and the next one, you have to make office visitors more comfortable. More comfortable. I'm going to explain that later. So, secretary should always greet a visitor and be friendly. So, be friendly and also helpful. And then you have to know well about the structure of the organization and also the staff. Why too? Because if there are some questions coming from the visitors asking about structure of the organization or the persons in the office, you have to get the information well to the visitors. The next one, as a secretary, you represent your company. So it means that you have to make a good impression on visitors when you greet them. Okay, because you are representing your company and also your boss, you have to make a good impression on visitors. If a secretary is not doing her best, it can set a negative tone. So be careful on that. So, making office visitors comfortable sends a clear message that your company values empathy and knows how to treat people. So if you are trying to make your visitors comfortable and make them at ease, so it means that you are showing the value of the company, you are showing about empathy, and also you know how to treat people. It will give good influence for your company, for your product, for your boss. So you are not standing alone on receiving visitors here. It is not for the sake of your name, no, but you are representing your boss and also your company, and it will influence also to the brand image, to the company's image. So what you have to do then, when receiving visitors, the first important step is greeting them and finding out who they are and what they want. Okay, so try to greet them first and then knowing about who they are and what they want. And then when talking to the visitor, a secretary should pay attention. You have to pay attention and listen to the visitor carefully. This is really important, starting from the name, the company, and also the purpose of coming. Okay, so you have to catch those information well, and then after that you have to pay attention well to all the things that a visitor is talking to you. And most importantly, a secretary should find out if the visitor has an appointment or not. This is really important. Okay, try to find out if the visitor has an appointment or not. So the first one, if the visitor has an appointment, a secretary needs to check the appointment book first. because you need to confirm that to the appointment book. But if the visitor does not have any appointments, try to find out the reason for his visit and the person he wants to see. So you have to catch the information about the name, the company, the purpose of visiting, and also the person he wants to see, for example. And then after that, you have to find out if the person the visitor wishes to see is in, and whether he will receive the visitor without an appointment. This is really important because if the person in the office doesn't want to have any visitor because of the busy activities, so you cannot let any visitor come in. That's the rule. Now, look at your handout. There are some steps to take. So for the very first time, try to greet all visitors loud, clear, and warm. Okay, so it is not as mumbling. Okay, it is not clear, for example, but try to say that, try to greet them loud, clear, and also warm. And then the second one, ask visitors whom their appointment is with, because this is really important before you confirm to the appointment book on your list. Okay, do not forget to ask their names and also pronunciation, because there are some names in which that it is not clear for you, for example. Okay, and then after that, keep the visitor informed. What I mean here is that if the person he wants to see is still, for example, having a meeting, or they are still busy with their activities, okay, you need to inform this to the visitor. Okay, but if the person that this visitor wants to see is now available, you also try to say this to the visitor. And then another thing in which that this is also important is offering refreshments. Offering refreshments. Okay, you may offer snacks if you have. If it is not, you may offer drinks. Okay, and then the next one, do not forget to know the lay of the land. Yeah, so be ready with some common questions or common things. So for example, they need to go to the restroom, or they want to go into somewhere in this office building, for example. So please give clear directions. Or if they need to know about some other rooms in your office, please try to give clear directions. Okay, see your handout to see the concepts. Okay, read that, and then there is also a sample of conversation, a complete one, starting from greeting, and then after that, asking about the identity, and then after that, offering help. Okay, until the last one. If you need some more sources from the internet, you may do that, because it will enrich your knowledge and also your insight, okay, about this topic, receiving visitors. Maybe you need some more examples of the conversation in order to get to know deeply on this topic. Okay, so look at the sample of the conversation in the handouts, and then would you please practice it with anyone you are comfortable with. Okay, you may choose friends outside of this class or some other classes, up to you. Okay, anyone you are comfortable with. And then after that, do not forget to develop and elaborate your conversation. So it is not just question and simple answer, question, answer, but try to put yourself into that situation. Take your imagination as if you are greeting visitor, as if you are really a visitor. Okay? So put yourself into the condition. That's why I'm saying this as take your imagination. Put yourself into that kind of situation you make. And then take practices as many situations as possible. Okay? Take practices, practices, practices. Because like what I said to you before, practice makes perfect. I think that's all. The short information about receiving visitors. I don't have to explain much because it's going to be the same if you receive guests at your home. Most importantly is that how you try to make them comfortable. That's one most important thing as the basic one. And students, for the next meeting, I will take score on both situations stated on the handout. So there are two situations on the handout, okay, and then divided into student A and also student B. Okay, try to prepare both situations. You may practice that with your friends, like what I said to you, anyone you are comfortable with. Then for the next meeting, I will take score on both situations. Thank you.